So now that we know how to create tables and how to amend the details within the tables once they're already created, we should also consider how to delete tables entirely. The first way we're going to look at is with the drop command. Now we don't actually have a table that we want to delete, so I'm just going to paste some code here to create some empty tables for us. So we're going to create test1 and test2. And these are just empty tables with no real data in them, just so that we can play around with the drop command. So the drop command is very simple. It's just a matter of typing drop table and then the name of the table that you want to actually delete. And that will delete the table entirely. So if we did describe now, we wouldn't get any results because that table no longer exists. There is another type of deleting tables that we could consider as well, which is truncating. When we truncate a table, we delete all of the data within that table, but we leave the table itself intact. So truncating could be considered about equal to deleting all of the data with delete commands, or it could be considered equal to deleting the table with a drop command and then creating it again with the create command. And the truncate command is similar. So you just truncate the table and then the name of the table. Now there wasn't any actual information in test2 for us to actually delete, but we do have a table where we can demonstrate this properly, which is the staff training table. Or rather the training table, not the staff training table, where we have all of these test courses. So what we can do is we can truncate this table and then select all of the data again. And what this is going to do is it's going to delete all of the table's data, leaving us with just an empty table. One thing that you will notice, however, is that if we now add a new record into this table, it will automatically restart the counter for us. And so truncating on its own can be very powerful. It means that you don't need to worry about recreating tables and that table being identical, because the truncate command doesn't change the actual construction of the database itself or the data table. Now we can also use the drop table command to delete our test2 table, which is, as I say, the command is simply just drop table and then the name of the table. One consideration to give when using the drop command is that if you have multiple users accessing a table, it is possible for them to block the truncation or the deletion of an entire table if they are accessing the table at the same time as you issue the drop table or the truncate table command. And so you can see how quickly things like transactions, which we talked about in a previous video, become effective. Because with a transaction you can have much more control over how the transaction is actually carried out, including limiting access to a specific table while you perform actions on it, including things like dropping tables or truncating tables. And one final point is the fact that when you drop or truncate a table, there is no retrieval after that. The data is deleted permanently. So do make sure that the data you're deleting is definitely rubbish.